What is up, guys? Diversity Doubleshot here, and today I'm going to be talking with you guys about what actually happened to Joe Barbaro. Now, for those who do not know who Joe Barbaro is one of the main storyline characters from Mafia 2. He's the guy that actually got Vito released from the military and helped Vito get back up on his feet when he did get back from the military, and also when he got out of jail. Now, he also introduced Vito to everybody that was in the commission and got him a lot of various jobs. And overall, Joe and Vito are really close friends, and he's in a lot of the storyline of Mafia 2. Now, at the end of Mafia 2, it's basically said that Joe ended up getting killed because Vito and Joe got separated, and then there's a gunshot, and it's basically signified that Joe had gotten killed. Now, of course, Vito was upset, but he couldn't really do anything about it. But in Mafia 3, there are multiple hints that Joe Barbaro is actually alive. Now, the first one is where you go do a side quest for Vito, and he basically asks you to go hunt down some guys that might have had something to do with Joe's death. Whenever you don't turn up with anything and you go back to him, he basically tells you a story about instead what actually happened to Joe after that day and what he's heard, you know, up until this point. And I'm going to go ahead and play the clip right now for you guys.
I handled the last of that problem for you.
Oh. Shit. So it's really fucking over. God damn it.
You all right?
Yeah. It's just, means Joe's really dead. Good friend of mine. It's more like family. Me and him tried to do something big for this motherfucker named Leo Galante. Big shot with the commission. Anyways, it all went south and we got fucked. That's what you get for following orders, right? It was a couple of years there. I didn't know if Joe was alive or what.
When did you know?
Maybe 4 or 5 years after I got sent down here. I still had a little pull back home. I kept some feelers out. And when word comes back, one of the guys I saw drive off with Joe's running his mouth. Can't hold his liquor. And someone heard him going on about some loudmouth Leo wanted him to put down. Yeah, that same loudmouth cost this guy his front teeth and cracked one of his eye sockets.
Sounds like Joe didn't make it easy for him.
You're goddamn right. Ain't no one taking Joe Barbaro down without a fight. Joe managed to get loose. Was on the run for a while, went to Chicago, thinking a couple of guys up there would help him. Instead, they turned on him. Anyways, in the end, it went how it went. Beat the shit out of him, cut his fucking hands off, smashed his face all to hell. When it was over, they didn't leave much for anybody to find.
You sure it was Joe?
If it wasn't him, if Joe was still alive, he would have found me by now.
So pretty much, as that clip states, Joe ended up surviving and working with the commission for a little while longer. Then he went ahead and tried to go out to Chicago, and he ended up getting screwed over by a couple guys, tortured, and killed. Now, there's also another scene where Joe Barbaro is basically hinted at being alive, and that is actually at the end of the storyline. After you kill Sal Marcano, when Leo Galante pulls up, the driver of Leo Galante's car is in fact Joe Barbaro himself. And I'm going to go ahead and basically play the clip for you guys right now.
Best of luck to you, son.
So as you can see by that clip, it's clearly Joe Barbaro who actually closes the door and basically looks directly at the camera, just because Joe always wore that type of suit, that type of hat. He's also a husky guy, and you can definitely tell by his facial features and his jaw that it's basically obviously an older version of Joe. So what I think they're gonna do, I don't really know what they're gonna do. They could just leave us with that, you know, leave us with the fact that Joe is actually alive, or they could always add a storyline expansion where you do work with the commission and you know, basically reunite with Joe or something like that. Not really sure. They could always add a Joe DLC. That'd be pretty funny because they did do that in Mafia 2. I'm not really sure what they're going to do, but basically, from this video, you should take that Joe Barbaro himself is not dead. He is alive, and there is their proof right there. So you guys can go ahead and basically take that how you want it. If you like the video, definitely feel free to leave a like. If you want to comment anything, I will always reply to your guys' comments. And if you guys want to basically keep up to date with Mafia content, hit that subscribe button down below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.
Send me an